Right, so let's get started. So we have a car that sells for this much, leases for $385 plus tax a month. There's a 36-month term, that's 3 years. We have a down payment, and the guaranteed residual value is 65% of the sales price. So a whole lot of information given. No mileage cost, I don't know if you noticed that, but here it is. So to find the total monthly leasing payment, we would go here. I don't know how you understood this, but if you just figured out the payment alone after tax, that'd be 385 times 1.12. Don't erase this yet. I feel like this question was a little bit ambiguous. So if that's what you understood, I would give you a mark. But I think what I really want is the total payments. Right, so you basically go 385 times 1.12 times 36. So that gives you 15,523.20 cents. So this is what I was really after there. But I think if you have the 431.20, I will honor it because it was a little ambiguous, not quite specific enough. So I will honor both. So you get a mark regardless of how you did it. For B, you will be doing this for B anyways, right? So I'm not too worried about that. So total lease would be the down payment, which is not taxed, plus perhaps you didn't do it earlier, so I'm going to repeat this step here. So there's no mileage cost here, so that'd be just 4,000 plus 15,523.20, and that gives you 19,523.20. Okay. So we've got, why is this 2 marks? Well, you adding the down payment would be for sure a 1 marker, and it should not be taxed. If you tax the down payment, so let's say you added it before adding taxes, then that would be a -1. Right? So you just went 385 times 36 without 1.12? Okay. So you did not add taxes here, or is that what you're saying? Yeah. If you did not add taxes, but so everything looks the same except for the 1.12? Is that what you're saying? I would go -1. -1. So if you get this answer, obviously you get 2, right? You get check, no minuses or anything. You don't go minus, so it's assumed that you got full marks there. And then for C, the total residual value including tax. So you go 65% times 35,850.75, and I will do the taxes right away. So when everything is multiplying, sure you could do brackets if you want, but it really wouldn't make a difference. Yeah. I've used So you found 65% of the payment? Yeah, I found 65% of 85. And then I added taxes. Okay, I go -1. Okay. But the adding taxes still gets you the 1 mark. Just underline what is wrong, right? So if you do it this way, you get 26,099.35. So if you get that, you just go check, no minus, right? It doesn't matter which order you did them in. It doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. 36? Yeah. Did you do this in steps? Mm-hmm. You did one and then the other? It could be that that's why. So I would double check on, oops, 35, 850, 75. So and then you rounded this to 99.
Yeah.
You wrote that number down, right, to 99,
Yeah.
and then you added taxes, right?
Mhm.
That's fine. Yeah, in that case, it's fine. So no rounding error on that one, as long as you show me the word. The total cost, including lease, if it's purchased at the end. So you're basically just adding B and C, right? So you're adding 19,523.20 and 26,099.35, and that gives you 45 grand, $622.55. So hold on, before you mark this, if this number is something completely different. So let's say, for example, you got, I don't know, 23,450, right? And 88 cents. It's obviously not what it's supposed to be, right? So you go X like that. However, if you show me that you're adding up B and C, right, whatever they are, I still give you a step mark, meaning you're still getting the mark for that question because you understand what needs to happen. Yeah. Right. Because you made a mistake here, but you're adding these two to get that, right? So you go X next to that answer, but you go step check. And sometimes I go like this. If I see that B is what you got wrong, I go B like this. I circle, I actually tell you why this is wrong, but you still get the marks. Yeah.
So there's no -1 for D?
Because you got C wrong, right?
Yeah.
So no deduction. Just make sure you don't go check mark, because then you might think, oh, I did it right, right? It is wrong. The number is not adding up, but the steps you took to get it is right. We call it follow through error. Like we don't ding you again and again and again for the one mistake you made way up there, right? That's just fair, I think. Enough is enough, right? Okay, so technically, I don't know if you want to do this to make it easier. I feel like some of you have a hard time adding up your totals. So let's say you got a -2 here. Technically, it's 2, 4, and 6, right? So maybe give yourselves a mark out of 6. If you lost 2, let's say you got 4 out of 6 in this section. I don't know how you want to do it, but right, you're the teacher. Get creative. Okay. All right, next. Moira Wheeler purchased a new car. There it is. That's a key word. It doesn't matter if it's from a dealership or not. It's new, right? The automobile has a MSRP. There it is, of $22,998. There's a trade-in for 5 grand, and there's a documentation fee, which I know I don't think I had it ever on examples, but with a new car, whatever they mention, just add it all up and tax it just like you would everything else. Okay, so for a new car, it is essentially your sticker price. Here it is, $22,998 plus 149, right? And then you just make sure you go minus 5,000 before you add taxes. Okay, that is important that you add and subtract, right, before you add taxes. So this would be 18,147 times 1.12. And that's 20,324.64. Clarissa, and then
I got 20,306.76.
20,306. Okay, did you add the 149 after? Did you add?
Yeah, I added.
22,999
I actually did.
minus 5,000.
I didn't add.
This is what you're getting?
Yeah, that's what I got.
So you added the 149 after taxes, so that has not been taxed, but you did do the trade-in. Because it's, I take this one, because documentation fee was not, I would just take off half a mark. So I will do accept 20,306.76. This would be on my key in my note, right? The reason being documentation fee added without tax. Okay, I would make that my personal note. So take off half a mark for that. Let's. I'll get Vika and then you. Okay. She was,
I have the same number, but I made it as a dealership, but I have the same number.
use dealership.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be okay. Still 12%. Yeah, if you went use dealer, you still get the same answer. I wouldn't take marks off. Kenneth, 19,000. Uh, it looks like -1 for sure. I will look into it if it needs to be more subtractions, but did you subtract the trade-in before taxing? That's important to me. The
So I taxed 145 and I added it and then I subtracted. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, so that's a -1 for sure. The trade-in didn't happen there. Trade-in has to happen before taxes.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you understand the trade-in you're giving them has been taxed when you bought it at some point. That's why they're just like, okay, it's basically just an exchange. Like, let's take your car as part of the payment, and we'll just tax that little bit over, right? Whatever goes over, and so that's why you need to take it off. Otherwise, the government keeps taxing you, right? So we'll keep going. Okay, next page. Aha, good old amortization tables. Amortization tables. You gotta love them. Okay, this one, guys, is a classic. This is classic. When it's partially filled in, you don't need to figure out payment because it's already there. You don't need an interest rate. You don't need anything. You just need to use what you know about it. How does it work? Do you remember that I told you that I and P, if you add those up, that equals your payment? Payment is this plus this, right? These two always add up to your payment. This is the breakdown, remember. So to get this number, you go 296.90 minus 261.48. And that gives you 35.42. I personally like these more because there's less errors that could occur. If you do one from scratch, it's a bit of a nightmare to mark that one. But here you go, right? These two add up to that. Now, you take this number, this you should remember, right? This one is a given, right? The principal brings down your unpaid balance. So this row is 94.76.11. 97.38.52. I apparently need glasses. Apparently that's what's happening here. Whew, that's bad. That's the number. Thank you. The minute I saw 48 and you started complaining, I was like, it can't be 11, right? Anyways. Then next row, right? This subtracts from that, and you get 262.41. And you should see that it's a little bit bigger, right? And then we take this off, and now this is the number that I wrote down earlier, I think. Yeah, 94.76.11. Okay, there we go. And this one I saw blank for a lot of you. Think about what happened before, right? To go from here to here, what do? You subtract whatever is in here, right, to get this one down. So just figure out the difference between these two, right? So you go 94.76.11 minus 92.12 77, and there's your 263.34, right? You went minus 263. Sorry, you can't see that. You went minus 263 to go from here to here. So you find that difference. So that's the number that goes in here, which now gives you this because you know these two always add up to the payment, right? So you go 296.90 minus 263. And I know for some of you, a lot of you, this is not, oh, okay, I see, right? And that's okay. That's how I want. If you did financing, if you did the amortization tables, I did post the key and there was one like that in there. I wouldn't be surprised if this is copy paste. Yeah.
I did the first interest minus second interest, and it will be short interest.
So you went
This minus 35 to 42 minus 44.
and you got this. Yeah. Okay. Hey, you understand how it works. Yeah. Yeah. So two for basically it's half for each. So half, 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 half. So if you left the last one blank, it's a -1. Yeah. Go ahead. So if you left the last two blank, then, so it's half for each, right? So if you left 3 blanks, then it's 1.5 minus, right? 1.5 minus. Yep. What if what? This one? What's your number? 262?
No, the answer. About 97, 37.
Okay. I will look at it. I would have to look at it what you came up with. This is right? Yeah, this is right. Somehow this wasn't subtracted. So this is right. This is right. I'll have to look at it. I don't see why that's not adding up to mine right now. But everything else is good. So just go -1 for now for the last two there. You're still with me, right? 2 advantages of leasing. What's the first advantage? Sorry? Cheaper monthly payment compared to finance. Okay. So lower payment, right? Explanation. It costs less. It costs less than financing. Why is that? They only finance part of the value of the vehicle, right? Since you only pay for part of the value. That's important to understand, right? You're not paying the whole vehicle, you're just paying for a chunk. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Because you're only paying for a chunk. What other advantages are there for leasing? You could go safer, lower maintenance costs. It's always new, right? And then your explanation would be, since you keep leasing, right? You're always driving a relatively new, reliable, safe car. Okay, so I'll just leave that up to you. But to get the full marks, you need the statement and the explanation. Yeah. Okay. I'll give it to you. Okay. Insurance doesn't apply because it's the same as a new, right? Amrit works part-time and attends university as well. Justify why she should buy a used car instead of a new one. So you got to use the ones that the advantages, disadvantages that I told you. So why would you buy a used car, right? You're defending that, right? Um, um, she would save. She would save on taxes. Save taxes if purchased privately. So you say only PST. Ah, yeah, depreciation. She would lose less money in depreciation, right? Lower depreciation costs. Yeah, you pay less for premium for options, right? Option costs you less when you buy used. You pay a substantial amount when you actually order it brand new. Uh, what else can I say here? Yeah, it costs less to insure. Yes, costs less to insure. Yeah, because the replacement value is lower. Right? Oops. Sorry, say that again. Lower. That actually wouldn't, for compared to a new one, it would be higher maintenance costs. So
I mean, not really. It depends on what used car you have. Because a newer vehicle, like some cars, the parts are more expensive. You have an old Toyota, very reliable. You're only paying for some parts.
it's a mechanic talking, eh? If you explain it well, you will often win the case. You just gotta explain it well. If you just say it's cheaper, right? Like a lot of students just want to say it's cheaper. I kind of get what you're saying, but explain.
Like if you have a new BMW and you have an old Toyota, right? And you want to change the brakes, what are you paying more for?
True,
BMW.
that's true. However, I think just can I just make my point? Like bigger picture. A brand new car, you're probably driving for 5 6 years if you're decent, right? Before you need to replace them. If it's a used one, you don't know, right? Like you don't know what's potentially about to go. So at first, there's probably gonna be right. But I know what you're saying. That like so. I guess if I said a used BMW versus a brand new one side by side, then anyways, let's keep going. I had those two questions, right? 6. Two things that affect your insurance. I talked about it. It's the vehicle, where you live, uh, type of coverage, type of use. Like, what are you using the vehicle for? Is it leisure? Is it all purpose? Um, right? We talked about those. Layup. Yeah. Your income, no. But the merits and demerits, I would accept that. Your driver record, right? Driving record. Yeah. Um, Anybody else cares? Yep. Where you reside. Deductible. Anybody use that? Yeah. Yeah. Your deductible actually matters. Deductible. Anybody else? Third party liability. Third party liability. Like what you choose above and beyond the basic will also affect it. So use what you know about vehicle insurance and just go with it. Okay, so if you have 2, you get full mark. If you only have 1, you get half a mark. Okay? 7, what's a deductible? Anybody? Brave soul? Dylan.
The dollar amount you pay every year for your insurance on a particular vehicle and it affects how much you pay each year and how much you pay
Okay, what was that last sentence there?
Like how much you pay or don't pay for each pair of units, like pair of accident or party damage, please.
Okay, that is it. That is it right there, actually. It's how much you pay when you make a claim, at fault claim. Out of your pocket costs for making a claim.
Does it still count if it's deductible is the amount you pay for the damage you caused? Does it still count?
Sure. It's good for today.
Oh, you don't pay yearly.
You don't pay it yearly, but it does affect your premium. It does affect it. I have never paid my deductible ever. Oh, wait, I'm lying. When they stole my trailer last summer, I had to pay the deductible. So it was homemade, so I had to tell them what I spent. So they're like, okay, it's $1,500. So I didn't get $1,500. I got $1,300 because my deductible is $200. So they're basically saying you're responsible for your deductible, the $200. We'll pay the rest. So if you crash, right, and it's $5,000 worth of damage, you pay $200. They pay $4,800. That's how it goes, right? So the deductible is your part of the deal. So in a nutshell, the amount you pay, you are responsible for. You pay when making an at fault claim. That's a one mark situation there. If you're at fault, you're paying. Yeah. Sorry? Hit and run? Yeah, that's a good one. If they don't find the person, you're gonna pay the deductible even though the person that crashed into you. It's not fair, right? If they find that person, they will actually charge a deductible that they'll reimburse you and then but if they don't find them, you're out of luck. So get a dash camera. What? You're on YouTube, eh? You gotta watch out. I'm not gonna mention any names. Yeah. Oh, the bonus. Is there a bonus? Oh yeah. Can I just tell you that it's 4.25%. That's a plus one. I'm not going to show you how I did it because I want to get you ready for tomorrow's quiz. Okay? If you're really wanting to know, come and see me, I'll show you. But if you got 4.25%, you get a plus one. Well, let me see here. We added 2 questions worth 1. So that would make the total 16. You're right. Yeah. 16. I want to give you your other ACs back. One of them is leasing that you did. This one I'll take in, so make sure your name and last name is on there. Before I wrap it up, so don't go anywhere yet. Okay, stay with me. You know about the merits and demerits, right? If you have a driver's license, I'm assuming a lot of you have it. Did you know that we're now going up to 17 merits? So look at how much you save on insurance for 40%. That's a lot of savings. It's almost half. And what's your license, your premium? You only pay $15 a year on your driver's license. Listen. What if you get demerits? I'm not going to tell you the name, but I know a person that was in this area right here. Did some very bad decisions, speeding too much on the perimeter. So you will be paying like if you're minus 13 demerits, you're paying $1,600 every year on your drivers, and you're saving zero on your insurance until, right? It takes a long time. It takes years to get back into the green, right? So you got to watch out, right? That's all I'm saying. Take your time. You're not going to get a trophy for getting there sooner, right? So just take your time. Do you know about the MPI insurance calculator? Do you know about that? Some of you seem to not know what I'm talking about. But if you ever want to think of how much does it cost to insure my car, you can actually go to MPI insurance rate calculator. And this is for a 1969 Ford Mustang. One of my students in my other class wanted that car. So we're just looking into that. Look at how much insurance is under a collector. There's a collector. That was only $464 a year. For a Honda Civic 2022, it was almost $2,000 a year. Honda Civic. No discounts, right? So if you go under your parents, if you get your parents to insure your cars, which I think some of you will be doing, smart move, you'll be saving a lot of money that way, right? So it's a Mustang. This Mustang is a lot less insurance than a Civic. Yeah. Yeah, you would think, but if this one qualified under the collector's insurance, if you just went regular insurance, it was actually $900 a year. Regular insurance, so you can drive it all the time. I think collectors, you cannot drive it every day. You have a limit. Yeah, leisure as well. Leisure as well. If you have it under pleasure or leisure, you cannot drive it every day. They will investigate if they have suspicion.